So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. McDonald lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Michael Schumacher, Hayes, Joshua Pearce and Ocon, Tsunoda, Albon, Hamilton and Lando Norris, Sainz, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri and Russell, Hülkenberg, Bortoletto, Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Ollie Behrman, Gasly, Colapinto, Doohan and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have. And it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you. And yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race and depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Be careful. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes. Charles is behind you now. At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, not the best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. The weather's turning. We think it's time to box now. Copy. Been a bit of a problem removing the left front wheel. We need to try and put that behind us though and finish the race strong. Okay, DRS is now available. Charles is in for his stop now. Tyre condition still looking good. gap to your teammate ahead, 7.0 seconds. Confirmed.
Checkered flag.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix.